Every person secretly desires a throne. Not the literal one of kings and emperors, but the throne of their own life, the seat of authority, influence, and control over destiny. Yet most never claim it. They live as subjects in their own kingdom, obeying the expectations of others, waiting for permission, approval, or opportunity that never arrives. Machiavelli understood that power is never gifted. It is not won by waiting politely, nor by hoping the world will recognize your worth. Power is seized through boldness, cunning, and an unshakable understanding of human nature. If you want to rise, if you want to rule your own fate, you must seize your throne before someone else sits on it. This is Machiavelli's dark strategy, that the path to power requires action without apology, clarity without illusion, and control without hesitation. In this lesson, we will uncover how to seize your throne, not with crowns and castles, but with the same timeless strategies Machiavelli taught princes, adapted to the battlefield of modern life. 1. Power is never given, it is taken. The greatest illusion that keeps people small is the belief that life will eventually reward them if they are patient, obedient, and hardworking. This is the lie society whispers to keep you docile, that if you play by the rules, follow the script, and never cause disruption, then recognition, wealth, or authority will arrive at your doorstep. Machiavelli shattered this illusion centuries ago when he declared that the world is not ruled by justice or fairness, but by advantage. The crown is not placed gently on the head of the deserving, it is torn from the hands of the inattentive. Those who hesitate, who wait for blessings to descend upon them, become foot soldiers in the empires of the daring. They are used, directed, and consumed by those who act while they deliberate. History is littered with examples that prove this brutal truth. No dynasty was ever built on waiting politely for succession. It was secured through bold coups, cunning alliances, and decisive force. No empire of business emerged because its founder asked for permission. It was carved out through relentless ambition, often against the grain of tradition and comfort. Even reputations, those intangible thrones of the modern world, are rarely gifted. They are crafted through daring moves, through standing where others shrink, through taking risks that silence the timid. Power, in every age, belongs to those who seize it while others wait for approval that will never come. Your throne is no different. It sits empty, not because the world has denied you, but because you have not yet claimed it. Every moment you hesitate, someone else is writing the script of your life, setting the terms and dictating the conditions under which you must live. To seize your throne is to stop waiting for coronation and to act as though you are already king. Begin by taking authority over your time. Stop letting others dictate your schedule. Take ownership of your decisions. Stop apologizing for wanting more than what is offered. Take command of your goals. Stop outsourcing your destiny to luck, fortune, or the goodwill of others. The throne will never be handed to you. It must be taken boldly, unapologetically, and without hesitation.
2. Appearances rule the world. Machiavelli understood a truth that most people spend their entire lives denying. Men are not guided by truth, but by appearances. Reality may shape the foundation, but it is perception that crowns the ruler. People do not see with clear eyes. They see through the haze of assumptions, impressions, and illusions. And it is the man who masters appearances who commands their loyalty. Machiavelli advised princes to appear merciful, faithful, humane, honest, and religious, even if they were none of these things in practice. Why? Because people do not dig into the depths of character. They judge with their eyes, not their hearts. They are drawn to symbols, gestures, and surface impressions more than to substance. The wise ruler understands this and bends it to his advantage. In every age, from kings to CEOs, from emperors to influencers, it has never been the most virtuous who rise, but those who appear the most fit to rule. A king who looks confident will be obeyed, even if he trembles in private. A leader who dresses the part and speaks with certainty will command respect, even if his knowledge is incomplete. A competitor who projects calm and discipline will appear more powerful than one who reveals every inner doubt. Appearances are the stage upon which power plays out, and the audience rarely questions what is presented. The man who ignores this, who relies solely on truth without shaping perception, will always be outmaneuvered by those who craft their image. To seize your throne, you must master this art. Your appearance is your crown, and every gesture either strengthens or weakens it. Present yourself as disciplined, even when tired. Speak with authority, even when uncertain. Guard your reputation as though it were gold, because in the eyes of others, it is more valuable than any hidden virtue. Let others see what elevates you, and conceal what diminishes you. In this way, you shape their belief, and belief is power. Understand this: the world does not reward what is real. It rewards what is convincingly displayed. Appearances rule the world, and if you wish to rule your own, you must master the mask. 3. Crush threats before they rise. Every throne, once seized, immediately creates enemies. The very act of rising invites jealousy, resentment, and silent rebellion from those who wish they had your position. Machiavelli was unflinching in his advice to princes. Do not wait for enemies to strike. Crush them before they grow strong enough to challenge you. Mercy, when extended too far, becomes a weakness that invites betrayal. A rival tolerated today becomes a conqueror tomorrow. The ruler who hesitates, who allows disloyalty to fester or enemies to gather strength, will one day face a rebellion too powerful to suppress. It is better, Machiavelli warned, to deal with dangers while they are small, than to let them evolve into storms that topple kingdoms.
Crushing threats does not always mean open confrontation. In the modern world, ruthlessness often comes in quieter forms. It means cutting ties with those who drain your energy before they entangle you. It means confronting disrespect the first time it appears, so it does not become habit. It means shutting down disloyalty with clarity and firmness, leaving no space for confusion. It means strategically removing competitors from your path before they rise above you. To seize and hold your throne is to understand that not every battle can be avoided, and the earlier you strike, the more secure you remain. Ruthlessness, when applied with precision, is not cruelty, it is survival. And survival is the first law of power. 4. Fortune favors the bold. Machiavelli wrote that fortune is like a wild and untamed woman, unpredictable, fierce, and resistant to the timid. She does not surrender herself to those who wait politely or ask gently. She yields only to those who approach with audacity, with strength, with boldness. This metaphor carries a timeless truth. Opportunity does not fall into the hands of the hesitant. The world belongs to those who dare to act before conditions are safe, who seize the moment rather than waiting for it to ripen. The cautious may survive, but it is the bold who conquer. Look through history and you will see this lesson repeated endlessly. Empires were not forged by men who sat and waited for the right season. They were built by men who stormed borders, gambled resources, and risked failure in pursuit of greatness. Discoveries that reshaped the world were not made by cautious thinkers afraid of ridicule, but by daring minds willing to defy convention. Even in our time, the fortunes of wealth and influence flow to those who act before certainty, who launch ventures others call reckless, who speak when silence feels safer. Fortune in every era bends toward the daring. To seize your throne, you must learn this audacity. Stop waiting for perfect timing, because perfection never arrives. Stop waiting for approval, because approval is only given once you no longer need it. Act boldly, and the world will rearrange itself around your conviction. This does not mean recklessness. It means calculated risks that others are too afraid to take. It means trusting your vision enough to move while others hesitate. It means stepping forward even when the path is not fully visible. The timid wait for doors to open. The bold break them down. And once you step through, fortune reveals herself not as chance, but as the reward for daring. 5. Control loyalty with rewards and fear. No throne stands without loyalty, yet Machiavelli knows that loyalty, by nature, is fragile and conditional. It cannot be assumed, nor can it be trusted blindly. People serve not out of pure devotion, but out of self-interest, and their interest shifts as quickly as the wind. One day they adore you, the next they plot against you. This is why Machiavelli advised rulers to anchor loyalty in two unshakable pillars, rewards and fear. Love, he argued, is unreliable. It fades when hardships arrive. Fear, however, endures. The man who is both respected for his generosity and feared for his discipline is the man who commands true loyalty.
Consider how this plays out in every realm of life. In politics, leaders who reward their allies with wealth, positions, or favors secure loyalty so long as the benefits flow. But the wise ruler also ensures that betrayal carries a price so high that few dare to pay it. In business, the successful leader recognizes and rewards those who produce results while making it clear that incompetence or sabotage will not be tolerated. Even in personal relationships, boundaries must be drawn. Kindness should be abundant, but disrespect must be met with consequences. Without this balance, loyalty becomes shallow and the throne becomes unstable. To seize your throne, you must embody both the hand that rewards and the presence that commands fear. Be generous with those who serve faithfully. Let them feel that their loyalty is valued, and they will deepen it. But let no one forget that betrayal or disrespect will be met swiftly, decisively, and without apology. This balance ensures not only obedience, but respect, and respect is the true cement that holds power together. Understand this. To rule with only love is weakness, for love dissolves under pressure. To rule with only fear is tyranny, for fear breeds rebellion. But to rule with both is strength, for it secures loyalty in both prosperity and hardship. 6. Master the art of deception. Machiavelli observed that the most successful rulers were not those who relied on brute force alone, but those who mastered the delicate, dangerous art of deception. He taught that a prince must be both a lion and a fox, the lion to strike fear into enemies, and the fox to recognize and escape traps. Strength alone will not protect you because the world is filled with cunning opponents. Honesty alone will not protect you because men lie, cheat, and scheme for advantage. To survive, you must learn to mask your intentions, to cloak your weaknesses, and to reveal only what strengthens your image.
Deception is not a crime against morality. It is a weapon of survival, a shield against those who would use your honesty to disarm and destroy you. Every arena of power demonstrates this truth. Nations sign treaties with smiling faces, even as they prepare for war. Corporations announce noble missions while plotting behind closed doors to dominate markets. Individuals charm with politeness while hiding ambition. Those who are naive enough to take every word at face value are inevitably used as pawns in games they do not even realize are being played. The Machiavellian mind refuses such weakness. It understands that people are easily deceived because they want to believe illusions that flatter them. Present the mask that inspires trust, virtue, or admiration, and they will rarely look beneath it. Behind that mask, you may act with the cold clarity that survival and ambition demand. To seize your throne, you must learn to wield deception as both armor and sword. Never reveal the full extent of your desires. Let others see only fragments that keep them comfortable or distracted. Conceal your strategy until it is too late for rivals to respond. Show virtue even while acting with ruthless calculation. Make others underestimate you if it serves your advantage, or let them overestimate your strength when it keeps them cautious. The point is not to lie recklessly, but to control perception so that truth serves you rather than betrays you. In the theater of power, the man who wears no mask is not virtuous. He is vulnerable, and vulnerability has no throne.
7. Use division to rule stronger. Machiavelli understood one of the oldest and most ruthless principles of power. Unity among your rivals is the greatest threat to your rule. If those beneath you set aside their differences and combine their strength, they can overthrow even the most secure throne. This is why the wise ruler never allows enemies to unite. He divides them, stirs conflict among them, and ensures that their energies are consumed by rivalry with each other rather than rebellion against him. The famous principle of divide et impera, divide and rule, is not just strategy, it is survival. A divided opposition cannot concentrate its force. A divided people cannot form a rebellion, and a divided rival cannot match your power. This lesson is as relevant today as it was in the courts of Renaissance princes. In politics, leaders exploit ideological, cultural, or economic divides to weaken opposition. In corporations, executives pit departments or rivals against one another, preventing any faction from becoming strong enough to challenge authority. Even in personal life, those who understand this principle keep competitors distracted by their own rivalries, rather than allowing them to unite against a common target. Division does not always require open manipulation. Often it is enough to allow natural envy, pride, and ambition to flourish. Machiavelli knew that human nature tends toward rivalry. The skill lies in ensuring that rivalry benefits you rather than harms you. To seize your throne, you must master the subtle art of managing division. Do not allow your rivals to find common ground against you. Instead, highlight their differences and let suspicion grow between them. Do not let competitors cooperate. Reward their individual ambitions so they stay apart. Even in relationships, avoid creating alliances that could weaken your authority. This does not mean endless conflict for its own sake. It means preventing unity where unity threatens your power. The wise ruler understands that absolute peace among rivals is dangerous. Controlled division, on the other hand, is the hidden armor that guards your throne. Remember this: those who rule do not need everyone to love them. They only need to make sure no one else grows strong enough to replace them. 8. Build on strong foundations. Machiavelli warned that no throne, no matter how dazzling, can endure if it rests on weak foundations. A ruler who depends solely on the goodwill of others, on borrowed strength, or on fleeting fortune, stands on shifting ground. The moment alliances break or fortune turns, his throne collapses beneath him. He compared this to a prince who relies on mercenaries to fight his wars, soldiers who serve for pay, not loyalty, and who will abandon him the moment a better offer appears. The same is true for anyone who builds their authority on unstable ground, on charm without substance, on wealth without wisdom, on popularity without respect. Such thrones look impressive, but the foundations are hollow, and collapse is inevitable. History is full of rulers who fell because their power was borrowed, not earned. Kings who inherited crowns but lacked the discipline to hold them were swept aside by ambitious generals. Leaders who depended on outside protection found themselves enslaved to their protectors. Even in the modern world, you see careers crumble when people rely on temporary fame, shallow connections, or external approval. These are fragile thrones, glittering, but destined to shatter. Machiavelli's wisdom is clear. If you want your power to endure, you must build it on foundations that cannot be easily taken from you.
To seize your throne, build from within. Cultivate discipline so strong that no circumstance can break you. Develop skills so sharp that no rival can dismiss you. Ground yourself in knowledge, resilience, and self-mastery, for these cannot be stolen or manipulated. Wealth may vanish, alliances may dissolve, and opportunities may fade, but the throne built on your own strength endures. A strong foundation is not glamorous, and it often goes unseen, but it is the only guarantee of survival. Do not be fooled by appearances of quick success or fragile power propped up by others. These are sandcastles before the tide. The throne worth seizing and worth keeping is the one built on stone, your own competence, your own discipline, your own unshakable will. Never show all your cards. Machiavelli taught that the ruler who reveals everything about himself is already defeated, for transparency is not virtue in politics, it is vulnerability. To expose your full intentions, your weaknesses, your boundaries, or even your ultimate goals is to hand your rivals the very tools they need to undermine you. People are always watching, always calculating, and always looking for leverage. If they know exactly what moves you will make, they can plan against you. If they know where you are soft, they can press until you break. The man who hides nothing is not trusted more, he is simply easier to destroy. Look at how great rulers, strategists, and leaders conduct themselves. They speak in measured words, offering just enough to inspire confidence, but never enough to reveal the full scope of their plans. They act in ways that keep observers guessing, never fully predictable, never fully exposed. Their silence often speaks louder than words. Their restraint is mistaken for mystery, and that mystery creates an aura of power. Even in personal relationships, those who reveal everything, every thought, every weakness, every insecurity, are rarely respected. Instead, they are pitied, dismissed, or manipulated. Human nature admires what it cannot fully grasp. It is the hidden depths, not the shallow transparency, that create authority. To seize your throne, you must master the art of strategic concealment. Reveal only what strengthens you, your discipline, your vision, your ability to lead. Guard your vulnerabilities carefully, for not everyone deserves access to your inner self. Let your rivals underestimate you by showing less than your true strength, or let them fear you by displaying controlled glimpses of power. Keep your long-term goals close to your chest, revealing them only when action makes them undeniable. Understand this: mystery is not weakness, it is armor. When people cannot predict you, they cannot control you. And when they cannot control you, your throne remains untouchable. Never forget, a ruler without secrets is a ruler without protection. Rule yourself before you rule others. Machiavelli understood that the ultimate power is self-mastery, and without it, no throne,
no matter how grand, can truly be held. A ruler who is a slave to his own emotions, desires, or fears is already undermined from within. Anger clouds judgment, greed blinds strategy, fear paralyzes action, and indulgence erodes discipline. All the manipulation, cunning, and ambition in the world cannot compensate for a lack of internal control. Before you can command loyalty, respect, or obedience from others, you must first command yourself. The man who governs his own mind and actions possesses a power no external force can take away.
Consider the contrast between rulers who faltered and those who endured. The weak-willed are swayed by impulse, misled by flattery, or undone by personal vices. Their thrones crumble not because enemies are stronger, but because they have not mastered the chaos inside themselves. The disciplined, on the other hand, navigate crises with calm, exploit opportunities with clarity, and make decisions that advance long-term dominance rather than short-term gratification. Machiavelli's advice was simple, yet profound. If you cannot rule yourself, you cannot rule anything else. Self-mastery is the foundation upon which all other power rests. To seize your throne, you must first conquer your inner kingdom. Cultivate patience where others act rashly. Temper desire where others are indulgent. Face fear with courage, and train your mind to act with calculated precision even under pressure. Your habits, your emotions, and your decisions must all be aligned with the vision of your throne. Every great ruler, every enduring leader knows that true power begins internally. The throne is secure only when the self is disciplined. Seize your own mind, master your impulses, and you will find that the world bends before the man who governs himself. Only then can your authority over others be absolute, respected, and unshakable. Machiavelli's dark strategy was never about cruelty for cruelty's sake, it was about clarity. He stripped away illusions and showed us the raw laws of power. To seize your throne is to stop waiting for others to crown you, to claim authority over your own destiny, and to guard it with cunning, strength, and discipline. Your throne is not somewhere far away. It is the seat of your own decisions, your own life, your own potential. But no one will hand it to you. You must take it, boldly, ruthlessly, unapologetically. Because the world belongs not to the polite, not to the passive, but to those who dare to rule. Seize your throne.